This is Mark. He's married in community of property to Justine, and they have 2 kids aged 10 and 12. Like only 20% of South Africans, Mark has drafted a will. In his will, he leaves everything he has to Justine. If she also dies, their combined estates will go into a testamentary trust until the children are 21. It sounds reasonable until you calculate the real cost of dying. Mark's gross executable estate is made up of his home, investments, cars and other assets, and a policy to cover his bond. Because he's married in community of property, Justine's assets of 1.5 million rand are included in their estate total. But let's look at the costs incurred when Mark dies. This is the actual value of his assets that were for distribution, but 251,563 rands is needed for the executor's fees. But Mark's properties also need to be transferred to Justine, which means another 31,108 rand in attorney conveyance fees. Add to the growing cost estate expenses like master's fees, advertisements, disbursements and property clearances. Justine will have to find the money somewhere. Don't forget there are also the professional fees for administering Mark's life policies, retirement benefits and offshore investments. That's another 17,250 rand gone in fees. Already a substantial chunk of Mark's legacy is gone, and they don't include the cost of a funeral or the family's everyday living costs. The executor will need to find them somewhere while the estate is wound up. But things can get a lot worse for their children if Justine dies at the same time as Mark or soon after. If Mark and Justine both die, inheritance taxes that include estate duty and capital gains tax are triggered, a whopping 464,800 rand. Plus there are annual trustee fees for the children's testamentary trust, calculated at 0.75% plus VAT of the asset trust value per annum, with their compound effect being enormous. Mark's assets started at 3.75 million rand, but the cost of his death means he's lost 10% if he dies and 40% if Justine dies. The available cash in his estate is all but depleted. To solve this cash crisis, Mark's family might have to part with their life insurance payout or borrow money to pay the cash shortfall. Or his beneficiaries might have to sell their home or other assets to release the cash. For as little as 135 rand per month, the Legacy Protection Plan solves every one of these problems and protects your family from this dire situation. And even if your estate isn't exactly like Mark's, the Legacy Protection Plan is agile and flexible enough to adapt to your unique legacy planning needs. To find out more, go to our website to watch more videos or get in touch so we can set up a face-to-face consultation and explain just how the Legacy Protection Plan can help you.